Good morning. Okay, you've been warned now by Morgan Freeman himself. This might be enjoyable. I don't know how enjoyable it is for me, given that it's 7:41 a.m. I got up at 7 a.m. and I went to bed at 2 a.m. So yeah, I've had a whole bunch of sleep. How are we doing, everybody? Happy Saturday! Look, I got up so early. Even Draw Curiosity showed up. How are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome on in. Me watching as I go to bed instead of waking up. No, this is insane. I'm like, oh my goodness. What? Well, that woke me up. That's a great way to start the stream. Thank you very much. 6 months bear. Do you know? I'm not a scientist like Draw Curiosity, but I do know that in fact is almost 7 months. Yeah. So thank you very much. That is much appreciated. All right. So what's happening this morning? First thing I'm going to do is we are going to, per usual, as is the norm, we're going to close out the redemption. So I didn't even see what the options were today. We have Sloth at 96%. Wow, that's a big percent. Donkey Kong at 4% and Nobody at 0%. Well, in an interesting turn of fate, actually, the shirt I wore today was, in fact, Sloth. Look at that. Wow, 96%. It's a landslide. So, in fact, the outcome today is Sloth. So, we'll go ahead and close that out. And let's see. Let's see who got all of the points and stuffs. Ice Bear gets all the pointages. Well done, Bear. GG's. Alrighty, we'll check your math and get back to you. Thank you, if you will. Yeah, it might take a while to calculate, but I'm pretty sure that I'm spot on with that one. 6 months is almost 7 months. Alrighty, back to FaceTime. Thank you, Sparky. I've worn it a few times before. Sometimes it does come up in the prediction. My fave lion, one lion, is usually it's one of his favourite shirts. He always guesses Sloth, whether he thinks it's going to be actually that shirt or not, just because he loves the shirt. He loves the Sloth. So yeah, he does tend to usually guess that. I haven't seen him around in a while, but he says he's always around, so I'm guessing he's probably lurking. I don't have the viewer list up. I'm not one of those streamers that has the viewer list up or the viewer count, so I appreciate not being told that there's only a small handful of us in here, or in fact there's enough to fill a small stadium. So, either way, I'm still going to do the same. I'm still going to present the same, so I do not need to know. Now, the observant among you, which is probably all of you because you're all pretty clued in, pretty eagle-eyed, might have noticed there's an out-of-reach redemption. And you're like, well, hang on a minute. Not just the very last stream, you said that you wouldn't, in fact, be doing any more redemptions for a while. Darren, how you doing? Welcome in. I think I saw a message earlier, didn't I? Did you message earlier, or did I imagine that you messaged earlier? There you are. You got Dancing Dinos, yes. How you doing, Darren? Welcome on in. All you need to know is there are people here. Do you know, I don't even really need to know that, because sometimes it feels like there's not. I mean, last Saturday, let's take that for example. I went through the whole 10 minutes of the starting soon scene, had the usual music, had the prediction, not a message. Nobody voted in the prediction. There was no messages in chat, and I thought, you know what? I don't remember, I think, ever where there was a stream where it was just me, but this might be a first. After over 3 years of streaming, this might be a first. Then before I knew it, people started showing up, and they did, in fact, start messaging. So yeah, we've got a few people in already, so that's nice. It's nice that somebody actually used or activated the first chatter on the starting scene instead of in this one. So yeah, I was watching I was watching Astro Canuck last night. For those that don't know, Astro Canuck is in fact an astro streamer, funnily enough. He streams astronomy. And one of the things I've seen on his stream that I have not seen anywhere else, and he really leans into it, is he does have a 3D effect. And I don't mean 3D as in, oh, it just looks like something's coming out of the screen. I mean this kind of 3D effect. Do you remember these, right? The blue and red glasses? Yeah. Sometimes the notifications that people are streaming pop up late. That is true. I've had that before. I've had them pop up either on my phone or I get the email and it says, this person's just started. And I go and it's been like half an hour they've been streaming. And I'm like, what is going on, Twitch? What are you actually doing? Yes, from the olden days, Sparky. And you might say, well, hang on, how come you have some of those vintage, ancient, some might say, glasses? And for those that missed the stream where I did my reveal of a few things I bought at a yard sale, it was actually an estate sale. One of the things was this Shrek 3D that actually came with 2 pairs. Normally it comes with 4. 2 pairs of 3D glasses. So that's how I happened to have them. And when I was in Astro Canuck stream, I thought, just look up and see how this is actually done. Because, like I say, he has a redemption where you can actually choose 3D. He has, in his merch store on Fourth Wall, he actually has custom 3D glasses that you can buy so that when you use the effect, you're able to see them. And I thought, this might just be like me going down a rabbit hole and just seeing what we can do and seeing how it looks and just testing really, how effective it is. Now, I'm going to say at this point, I love Astro Canuck. I love his streams. But I sat at my desk and I put on my Shrek glasses and I redeemed his 3D thing last night, and it wasn't great. And that's no reflection on him. I just think that the 3D effect on Twitch, as it stands, maybe isn't fantastic. So I thought, well, anyway, let's have a look at it. Maybe I can do something. Maybe I can do it slightly different. Maybe I can have the effect look a bit different. So I did. I went off on my little jolly way. I jumped down a rabbit hole and I found out how to do it. And so I did it. And as you can see, there's a redemption either at the start of your redemptions, if it's the first time you've opened them today, or it'll be all the way at the end of your redemptions because of the value of it. And it's called Bit 3D, which it's a temporary name. I mean, we have Bit Shirty. I'm not sure we need a Bit 3D as well. I thought to myself, what rhymes with 3D? And then I'm like, Reedy, Needy. And then I started thinking, what punny name could I have? But since I don't already have all the details yet of the redemption worked out, then, the name might change. So in short, I've actually got the effect already. I can give you a very quick demonstration how it looks. Because I'm guessing all of you, to be honest, probably don't have 3D glasses. Who does? Who has the old style 3D glasses at home these days? Or maybe if you have some sweets, some candy that have the coloured wrappers and you just happen to have a red one and a blue one laying around where you're sitting and you hold them up and go, oh yeah, that might achieve the same thing. But all it's going to look like if I do it now is it's going to look a bit blurry. Maybe it should be called Bit Blurry instead. You'll be able to see the red and blue separation on the display. But I'm thinking this is going to be a long-termer. This is not going to be a, oh, look, I've showed you, look, there's a bit of a sneak peek. There's a new redemption coming out. And then, a few days and a few weeks, there it is. I'm moving locations. I don't know if Bear was here in the last stream when I was talking about that. I'm likely going to be changing where I'm sitting. So at the moment, I'm sitting in the corner of my lounge, my living room, if you will. And as you can tell, especially with these earlier streams, there you go, it's my third light finally working. It's pretty dark with these early streams because we've got tinting on the window and it's still dark outside. Yeah, apparently someone does, Sparky, but I'm trying not to stay there. Dirty Dancing. I haven't seen that in, I don't remember how long. I was sleeping with you on TV. I mean that I'm not. I know what you mean, but that just sounds a bit unusual. Bear was watching me on TV. I promise it was appropriate. There wasn't anything against TOS, and it was a Twitch stream. Okay, just Ice Bear is fancy pants that he can actually have me up on his TV. Okay, so I will just put that out there. How are you feeling now, Bear? You any better? Is your injury fully recovered? Partially recovered? Appropriate, yeah. I mean, there might be inappropriateness on this stream sometimes, but it doesn't come from me. It either comes from out of context clippaging by usually Balint, or we might get a clip of somebody else's channel. But yeah, I try and keep it on the wholesome plane as possible. Just waiting on engineer to install my Virgin Media so I'm not on 360p visuals on Twitch. Oh, so you're getting new internet, are you, Darren? What speed are we getting there? What are we going for? I'm guessing not 56k dial-up modem. You can make 3D glasses too. Yeah, I mean, they're fairly straightforward to make. I don't know. I mean, even with these ones that are manufactured, effects not brilliant. I mean, I haven't watched this DVD yet of Shrek in 3D. I mean, we all know the Shrek movie. I'm not sure this is any different other than being 3D reproduction of the same film. I could be wrong. I'm going to watch it and let you know. I will report back because I know when you go to the movies, and I think the last thing I saw 3D, well, I know the last thing I saw that was 3D was the newest Jurassic Park movie, and that wasn't the red-blue 3D glasses for the 3D reproduction. It was the ones where it just looks like a dark grey tint, and that wasn't fantastic. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to spend extra for 3D movies in future if that's the quality that we can expect. So yeah. So when I did go to see something prior to the last Jurassic Park movie, it was something Minions, and they were like reaching out into the screen and stuff. So I don't know if there's any of that in the Shrek movie, if there's anything specifically for 3D version, but we'll see. I'll let you know. Gaming late night TV shows. Yes. Yeah. Maybe we need to do a redemption around that. Possibly. A little bit better than yesterday. Laying around all day is helping. Yeah, so I was hoping to lay around all night, but like I say, I didn't get to bed until 2 and then got up at 7. My alarm went off, so yeah, I'm a bit sleepy. Finally getting 1 gig fibre. Look at you, fancy pants, speedy internet. I actually got 1 gig fibre a few months ago. In fact, probably three months ago. We had Brightspeed come out, and they ran fibre from the pole to the house, and it was the exact opposite end of the house where I'm sitting right now. So I said, what am I going to do about this wired connection to my PC? And he's like, yeah, we don't really do that. What do you mean you don't really do that? Yeah, so anything inside the house is your responsibility. So really, most people just use Wi-Fi. That's great. I'm not most people. Yeah, so the best we can offer is a Wi-Fi extender that you plug in halfway through your house. And then that actually has a RJ45 connection on it, and you can plug the cable from your PC into the extender, and then you ready for this? The PC will think it's a wired connection and it will do just the same. No, no, it won't. I'm not. I mean, I might look completely stupid, but I'm actually not. And I know that's not the case. But do you know what? He was quite convincing in when he said, "Do you know what? You won't even need that because the square footage of your house. I've installed this hardware in houses with twice the square footage, and you get a strong signal, so strong throughout the house, so very, very strong. You won't even consider wired connection. You won't need it. Everything's just going to run seamlessly. Everything. Yep. Gas. Step on the gas lighting. Yes, that's exactly what he did. But the thing was, I think he actually believed it because he was a contractor for the company. So he didn't know the company anything. I mean, he told me a few things about the company that, if he was a company man, he definitely would not have told me. So I don't know. I think he genuinely thought that was the case. Anyway, so we were standing on the porch and I said, "Hey, I'm only getting 2 bars on my phone. What's that about if we get such a strong connection?" "Oh, that's just because it's through the wall. That's okay. You'll be great when you're actually inside the house." Okay. Then he left. And anyway, long story short, I know isn't normally my way of doing things, but I bought a Wi-Fi extender myself and put it in and set up separate 2G and 5G networks in my house. And yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm definitely not getting anywhere near the 1 gig that I should be on Wi-Fi. However, if you remember earlier in the stream, I did talk about moving. Nobody puts baby in the corner, as Sparky said, and I might be moving out of this corner and into one of the bedrooms. Might be I'm not going to say a dedicated stream room because that just makes it sound like I have so many rooms, live in a hotel or something. I can just pick a room and assign it as a stream room. However, it is one of the bedrooms that might be becoming available soon when Firefighter Gamey completes on her new house. Maybe they brainwashed him. Maybe the house is full of walls. Yeah, but you see, the Wi-Fi is sneaky. We had the door closed and we were standing on the porch, whereas in the house, you see, if you have the doors open, the Wi-Fi can sneak around and go through the open doorways. And yeah, it was a bit rubbish. But to be honest, I can't fault Brightspeed. The connection has been fantastic. I'm hopefully not going to jinx it now. I've had no issues with it. They said the first month was free, and they stood by that. They said that after 3 months you'll get a prepaid credit card or debit card. I did. I just got that, and I used it, and it worked. So that was fine. And they also said that months 6 and 12 will also be free in the form of bill credits. So yeah, I have no complaints other than the gaslighter engineer. I was quite impressed. So hopefully Darren will be as impressed, if not more so, with Virgin Media when they install it. So what do you have at the moment, Darren? What connection speed do you have? Because mine wasn't great before. I had I guess half the speed, but it wasn't fiber. It was a 500 gig line with Spectrum. And Spectrum were great. Their service was great. They had occasional outages, but they weren't for long, and they always told me about them and gave me progress updates. So the only reason that I left them was the expense. They were quite pricey. We only have 4 bedrooms, 3. I love that we only have 4 bedrooms. That's the minimum you can get. We only have 3 bathrooms. Surely there's not houses with less than 3 bathrooms, right? Okay, so I have 3 bedrooms and I have 1 bathroom. So yes, thanks for that, Sparky. Thanks. But we have 1 person in each room, so no spare rooms. And that's how it is here at the moment. which is why somebody did put baby in the corner. So baby's trying to get out of the corner because, you know, as nice as this is, like having my, I'm not going to say man cave because, you know, there aren't many caves that are shoved in the corner of a living room, but as you can see, it lights me up okay, these lights, because I have one up here and I have one each side of the monitor. So this is very nicely lit. But as you can see behind me, if I turned that one lamp off, I would look like I was in a Bohemian Rhapsody video. And I could probably start like doing this and moving around and stuff. Because I don't know if anybody else has like digital assistants in their house, like the Nests and the dots and things. But we have smart things all over the house. And so that lamp behind me is actually called Dad Light. Because that's the end of the sofa where Dad sits. Yeah. So if I was to say digital assistant and inserted the name of it, turn off Dad Light, that one will go out. I'm having so my internet right now is BT EE, and it's like 12 megabits. It takes me days to download anything. 12 megabits. I feel like 12 megabits was when they used to call it broadband. And then back in the day, I used to have. Does anybody remember NTL? Was it NTL? I think that was the internet I used to have. I remember when I moved. Not that I'm trying to date myself or anything, but when I moved from dial-up modem to broadband, it was like, wait, how is this on all the time? This is insane. I just like come up to the computer and I don't have to do anything. It's just on. It was crazy. We used to have NTL. There we go. I bet they're not even around anymore, are they? Or I bet somebody bought them out or they went bust or something because it's been a minute or two. All right, so Ice Bear Bear's always trying to call my bluff. Okay, so if I say Echo, turn off Dad Light. Yeah, so I mean, we can just leave it off if nobody particularly wants to see it lit up behind me. Now Virgin Media now. Oh, okay. All right. So good old Dickie Branson went ahead and bought them, did he? Let's see how it is. We have to have a signal extender for my daughter's room because we have 3. See, you all thought, oh, Sparky, I bet Sparky lives in like, you know, a regular normal person's house. But no, Sparky lives in a mansion. It's not enough to have a single story house like most of the houses around here, and this one. It's not enough to say, oh, I'm just going upstairs and then using the stairs and having 2 stories. Sparky has 3 floors. She probably has an elevator or a lift and probably has to get in and say, first floor, laundry and the 15 bathrooms, please. And then it goes up. But, you know, I could be wrong. I could be doing Sparky an injustice. She might not even have to operate the elevator herself. Maybe the butler does it. Maybe, you know, she goes in the elevator and there's a butler there and he says, which floor, ma'am? No, it won't say ma'am, it's England. Which floor would you like, Mrs. Sparky? And then she'll say, surprise me. And then he just picks one of the 30 floors and then it goes ding. And then she gets out and she's like, oh, okay. All right, floor 17. Thank you. I'll see you later, Jeeves. And then he says, thank you, and like dops his cat and then goes back down. It is a regular person house. We might have very different opinions about what the word regular means, Sparky. I've owned a few houses and I've had family who have had houses. None of them have been 3 stories, 3 floors. 3 floors and a basement, no doubt. Yeah, and probably an attic or a loft too, Darren. So yeah, you know, you probably could argue there's 5 floors. I mean, you know, my 3 floors are the attic, this floor and the crawl space under my house. So yeah, I could say I'm in a 3-story house. Sparky knows I'm just winding her up. The houses in this area don't have basements, but I think it's because it's not far from the sea. Okay, so yeah, you probably wouldn't want a basement that might be liable to flooding. Jeeves, do you remember Ask Jeeves? I wonder if Ask Jeeves is still a thing. What do we think? It was just askjeeves.com, I think. Even if it doesn't exist, someone must have bought the domain. Possibly. Maybe. It's still a thing. Look, the same logo. What is going on right now? Ask Media Group. Wow, they got big and expanded, did they? Who knew that was still a thing? Yes, I'm sorry, my dogs are still a thing. Yeah. Let's put them outside. I'll be right back. $110? What was 110? What did I miss, Bear? What's 110? I'm not awake enough yet to catch on to most things today. Just a heads up. Okay. My 3 floors are kitchen, living room, bedroom, all on the same floor though. Yes, 3 different floors on the same level. Yeah. Wow, time travelled. So yeah, time travelled back to the times of Ask Jeeves. Yeah, what's next? We're going to find out that Angel Fire and GeoCities still exist. Oh, Sleeps Till Santa. I totally missed that. All right, well, I guess it's only fair since you did the Santa one that I should probably do the other Sleeps one. Sleeps Till Scares. $55. That one's closing in even faster. Well, not even faster, probably as fast. David, how are you doing? Happy Saturday. Well, come on in. We're just shooting the breeze right now while I let my coffee go cold. Yeah, it's gone cold again. Just talking about internet speeds and old internet things and nostalgia. And look, Ask Jeeves still exists. I'm very curious now to find out what happened since me and Jeeves were last acquainted. So maybe there's a wiki on it. Ask.com, there we go. Known originally as Ask Jeeves, but it still shows Ask Jeeves. It's an answer engine, so not a search engine, an answer engine. They used to have bungalows here, but they knocked them down and one person refused to sell their bungalow, so now there are houses and one bungalow in that area. That one person, Mr. Fredrickson from Up, that refuses to let them knock down his house. Oh, that's funny. And you know why they call it a bungalow? Don't you, Sparky? You know where the name comes from? Okay, I'm gonna educate people now. It's called a bungalow, which I believe is an expression only used in England. Because Sparky's ready for this. No, she's not. I thought she did, but no. Yes, nope. The reason they call it a bungalow is because when they build it, See, it's a single story. So when they build it, they bung a low roof on it. They bung a low roof. Do you see what I did there? Right? Do you see that? Bardaki came in and he thought, no, you're not going to do any Bardi level jokes right now. I'm going to crash the vocal. Okay. I'm going to come in and I'm going to spoil the joke. Welcome in, Bardaki. How are you doing? Haven't been a bungalow since me old college days. There it is. See, me and Bardi, we're in sync. Okay. Yeah. You see, we have the badumtus, but we also have a drum roll. If we want the extended version, you see? So two different versions, but usually I just go with the badumts. Wah, wah, wah. There you go, David, just for you, because we don't have a sound alert for that. Oof. Oh, it is in fact not fast and not furious today. It is a bit slothy. How's your day going, Badaki? How's your weekend? I get that it's probably not as chuckle-filled as yesterday, where you got to watch two managers beefing. But yeah. Welcome on in, Luigi Blazer. Thank you for that raid. That is much appreciated. How are you doing? What happened in your stream today? Spill the tea. Tell us all the good things. Should we be able to hear the clip since it was just silent? What? No clips. Volume? Okay, we might need to look into that. I heard it. It was great. Yeah, but thank you for that heads up. Why don't we start creating a notepad file real quick of things to fix after we finish greeting Luigi Blazer and the new Raiders. No clip audio. There it is. Man was growing in some Silk Song. Yes, I've seen a lot of streamers. Not me personally. Thank you for that follow. Not me personally, but a besto friendo of the channel, in the form of science_streams. Balint was playing it on Thursday, I think it was. That might even have been when it was released. I know people are pleased that it's a $20 game on Steam and not an $80 game like some of the games that are coming out. And although I didn't play the original Hollow Knight, I feel like I did because I watched so many people playing it. So how was it? Was it in fact silky and was it songy? Because it looks pretty impressive from what I've seen of it so far. Luigi Raid Blazer Squad. Yeah, buddy. So if you're not already following Luigi Blazer, make sure you click on the little... Actually, did we get a little... This is a problem I'm having at the moment, I think. I don't know. Thank you for the follow. I don't know if the shout-outs, the auto shout-outs when we get raided are working at the moment, so let me just try. This will tell me real quick whether, in fact, it did a fancy pants shout out or not when the raid came in. It did! Yes! Great, it is working now. So if you missed the heart at the top of chat that came up, then just click on Luigi Blazer's name in chat, and there's a little button there, the first one, just says follow. Just click on that like I just did. And before you know it, you'll be watching Luigi Blazer's next stream. Alrighty. It happens. He was probably just yelling in excitement. Yes, yeah. Hollow Knight is good. Yep. Yes. Shocked it wasn't expensive. Yeah, I mean, $20 these days for a game is impressive, especially when it's a sequel to a game that's as popular as Hollow Knight. So songy and silky. I called it, as I suspected. They have Hollow Knight on the Switch too. Sometimes on the Switch it goes on sale. Ah. Okay. Alrighty. Iced Coffee Freak, how are you doing? Good to see you. Sadly, I have to go. Sorry, I can't stay. I have to go work, but good luck on the stream. Thanks again for the shout out again. No, thank you for the raid, Luigi Blazer. really appreciate it. Hopefully I can catch you next time. But for those new to the stream, I am Bit Gamey. Some people call me Lee. And we have some punny redemptions, some fun commands, some shenanigantery, some might say. I'm a game dev. I usually work in the Unity game engine. We're going to be jamming soon. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, the Journ Jam starts in 8 days and some change. And for 16 days, we're going to be creating a game based on whatever the announced theme will be. So the game that I usually work on is called Rescue Ball. It's going to be my first title on the Steam store. Haven't actually bought a page yet for wishlisting, but this is the game that the mechanic is loosely based on. Katamari Damacy, the OG PlayStation 2 title. And we're going to be playing it in a few streams. I say a few streams. We're actually, in a few weeks' time, probably the first week of October-ish, there's going to be a 1,000-follower celebration stream here. We're going to have all kinds of fun. We have, like, these type of things to build on stream. Some, like, mini block models. There's a desk. There's a camera. We also have things like a boombox or a radio. We have a mini arcade machine. And last but not least, we have like a mini Game Boy. All right, we're also going to be building a massive, from Star Wars, Darth Vader helmet, which has 800 and something pieces, and it might take a while. So, yeah. Ooh, a camera. Yes, let's find the camera again. Let's get the camera back. Where was the camera? Of course, it's the last one on here. But yes, we have a Retroblox camera. I thought, since I don't build much Lego on stream, we might have a slow introduction to building them, and that is 30 pieces, believe it or not. I know it looks like it might be Duplo blocks and it's probably like 5 pieces, but yeah, in fact there's 30 pieces in there to make it. So we have those 5 things to make. I also have an LED sign that we're going to be finishing off. So the story behind the LED sign, and yes, it will be dusted off when we get it working, but this is the front. Ignore the dust. This is the front. Each one of those is an LED. And then we have the lovely back side, for want of a better word. And what we're going to do is we're going to hook it up. We're going to get some Python code. We're going to get some code running on it. And then we're going to hook it up to Twitch, so that you guys can do a redemption where you actually say, I want this message on the panel. And then it'll send it through to the panel. Your message will come up, scrolling across on the panel, and my pan, tilt, zoom, PTZ camera will spin around like it does for the What's the Time redemption. And in fact, it will show your message. So that's the plan. Yeah. Thanks, Ice Coffee. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week because originally I was just going to have a 1,000 follower celebration stream. And then I know some people are like, oh, you should do a 24-hour stream. No, that's not natural. I probably don't have the stamina for a 24-hour stream. The last 12 hours will probably be me snoring on the keyboard. Nobody needs that. That's not quality content. So, yeah, I thought, well, instead of doing a 24-hour stream, instead of doing my usual Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday stream, how about I just do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday stream? Yeah, so it'll be more than 12 hours, but it'll be over 5 days. So that's my compromise. And one of the things we'll also be doing is not just playing Katamari Damacy on OG hardware on stream. We'll also be buying a page on the Steam store for Rescue Ball. I need to do some digging beforehand and find out how much Steam actually let you show on stream, because I know they have quite a strict policy on what can and can't be shown as far as pages. I don't know why they want to keep it so mystical, so much smoke and mirrors. And that's why, I've been game deving for a few years now, and I have no idea what's involved in it because they don't let people talk about it. So we'll see. What I don't want to do is get banned from Steam. I don't want to be like, hey, look, and then we go here and we do this and we do this and we update this, and then suddenly it says your account has been cancelled. Go away. Don't ever darken our door again. I don't want that, because obviously Steam is the biggest platform for PC games, and as someone that creates PC games, I don't really want to be locked out from putting games on there. So we will have to see. Yes, it is in fact a plan. It is my plan. And as we speak, well, not as we speak, but yesterday I was working on a flyer that I'm going to post on social media. One of the other things that I'll be doing as well is creating a Twitch logo sign. Yes, a Twitch logo sign. Now, I'll be cleaning up my desk before we do the stream, because otherwise I just won't be able to find a single thing. But somewhere in this big pile of stuff is a roll of LED lights. No, trust me, they're definitely here somewhere. And the LED lights are what we're going to use, allegedly, to create a Twitch logo sign. So I'm going to have a white board. I don't know what kind of board yet. And I'm going to punch holes in it, and we're going to feed the lights through, and we're going to glue or attach somehow the lights to the board, and they're purple lights, and it's going to hopefully look not terrible and at least barely resemble the Twitch logo. So let's goose. Welcome in. This is really cool. I'm not computer savvy at all. I have Ice do all my techie stuff. Ah, okay. So Ice is the techie one. I get it. Not everybody's techie. I mean, some people come in here and they use some of the redemptions and they're like, wow, I have like a hydrate redemption on my stream that sends a message to chat. How do you do all these things? And I'm very transparent, to be honest. I don't mean like in a Casper kind of way. But, you know, if anybody has any questions about any of the redemptions, about anything you see here, I'm more than happy to explain how it's done, because, you know, there we go. So, like, for example, Ice Bear Bear just throws up the steampunk yourself, and that shows your name in a steampunk font, but it's not just text. It is, in fact, images. I like when you explain this one. Okay, so the way this works, very kind and techie. Ice Coffee Freak, I'm going to have to use this command now. Wow! No, you. Thank you very much. The way that one works is, on a non-techie level, it says, oh, Ice Bear Bear has just redeemed this. Let's have a look at their name. Let's see how many characters are in the name. So it goes, I mean, it doesn't count on its fingers, obviously. I'm just demonstrating for ridiculousness purposes. But ICEBEARBARE. So it goes, hey, there's 11 letters in that. Here's the alphabet that we're using, which is individual image files. And we just can't take them at this size and go, Ice Bear Bear, and put them all the way across the screen, because at this size, they would zip off and we'd have probably Ice Bear B. And people would be like, okay, where's the rest of it? What it has to do is it counts how many letters are in the name. It then says, okay, we've got 1920 pixels wide we can deal with. We need this much space in between each letter. So what size do we need to scale the images to so that we can fit all 11 letters of his name on the screen and have spaces inside? So it does rescale them. And so if someone uses it, say, I don't know, someone like me, BITGAMEY, 8. Suddenly we've got 8 characters now instead of 11 characters. So to keep them in the middle of the screen, it will make the letters bigger, so it spaces it out. So if you come in and you're just called Bob, it's going to be huge on the screen, because all it has to fit on there is 3 characters, so it's going to maximize them. I don't think we've ever had anybody use that redemption, though, with a short name. So for the most part, For the most part, it does in fact seem like all the letters are the same, because it doesn't have to do much in the way of scaling. But yeah, so that's the Steampunk Yourself, that one. We also have them for different times of the year. So let me enable this one. And I don't even know if Bear has seen these, to be honest. We have like Steampunk Christmas. Are you ready? Here's the Steampunk Christmas one. So we have a Christmassy font. And as you can see, or may not be able to tell, but the letters are bigger because there are fewer letters in my name. So that's the Christmas one. Let me disable that again because it's only supposed to get enabled in December. Love that too. Okay, well, you might love this one as well because we also have a Steampunk Easter. Here we go. Even get a little rabbit at the front. Your sus emote is top tier. I love it. I'm always saying that and suss you back a little. Yeah, so I've actually had the sus emote for a while, and 95.71% of my emotes are purchased from Etsy. So yeah, I take no credit for creating the vast majority of my emotes, but that sus one tickled me. So there's a static one and an animated sus as well. But I've actually got a new range recently of emotes, animated emotes anyway, and that's these ones. These ones actually quite impressed me, so I got those. All right, so let's turn off Easter. And you're like, okay, yeah, it looks like you got some good steampunk emotes and redemptions. But there's more. Hold on, buckle up. There's a steampunk Halloween. There we go. Halloween letters. What? And not surprisingly, that one gets enabled during October. And I think last, but by no means least, we do have another one. Thank you, Sparky. And also, when the letters appear, there's a short list of audio clips or sounds that can be played, and it plays those at random. So if you use the redemption twice, you won't necessarily get the same sounds play for each punching down of your letters. And last but not least, we have Steampunk St. Patrick's. There it is for the month of March. Disable that one again. Yeah, and what I like to do, and that is why you're the King of Redemptions. No, I'm not the King of Redemptions. Ice Bear Bear has some great redemptions. You should follow Ice Bear Bear, who's also a Unity developer and is working on some great projects. So that's so pretty. Thank you, Sparky. But my very latest redemption is one that we might be working on today. Someone suggested an update to it. And it is in fact called Talking Trash. Okay. And I just get inspired by these things sometimes. Better than the St. Patrick's Day McDonald's milkshake that tasted like toothpaste. Yeah, what was that called? They keep bringing it back and I can't remember. I don't think it was just called that here. I think it was called something else. This is the latest redemption that went live a few days ago. It's called Talking Trash. If you think I'm talking trash, you know what to do. So this is how it works currently. So you kick it off. It was gross. Yeah. You get the Windows sound. You get a mouse pointer come on. You get a Windows bar at the bottom, and the calendar changes. Hello, Porky. Shamrock Shake, that was it. Yeah. Thank you, Sparky. So last week when it went live, someone's like, in fact, it was Kilted Ninja. He said, well, when you've got that maze thing, which is the old Windows 95, I think, screensaver, when you've got that thing going around, why don't you have it where your webcam is on one of those walls, and then when you go down there, it comes up, and then that's how I end up back here. So I was like, no, I think I could do that. And so that's on my to-do list. And then also Windows 95 was a while ago, a little while, yeah. In fact, I think it was one of the few versions of Windows that might even have came on floppy disk, possibly. Love it, so creative. Thank you, Iced Coffee. Darth Blackman, how the devil are you? Good to see you. We were just talking about Darth Vader, actually, and me making the Lego build during my 1,000 follower celebration stream week. Probably October the 6th, I think. You heard it here first. That's the tentative date at the moment. So 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. That'll be the days I stream to celebrate all you lovely followers. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I won't go through all of the redemptions. If you don't have enough points, or if there's one you want to see, or you have any questions about them, by all means ask me. I am an open book, like I said. Yes, was on a floppy disk. Yeah, so when I created that redemption, Sparky, I was like, what can I put behind me? Like when it drags my image across to the recycle bin, I don't just want a black square there. So what can I have? I always like to put something in. So for the Sonic redemption, we have Dr. Robotnik, Eggman dancing. And I thought, well, what about screensavers? So I went looking around trying to find some video of screensavers, and there aren't really that many for Windows 10. And I thought, you know what, let's just go retro. So when that one came up with the maze, and I thought, that brings back some memories. See, look, we're getting all the Star Wars emotes now. Excellent. Love them, love them, love them. I thought, well, I'm just going to use the maze. So why not? Do people use screensavers now? I mean, the original idea, for those that didn't know, was to prevent screen burn. So if you ever bought like a really old monitor, or in fact some like plasma TVs that were prone to screen burn, and you've had something in the same place on the screen for a while, that image does actually burn into the display. So when you turn the TV off, you can still see it. It's like a ghosting on the screen. So the whole idea behind screensavers was it'll prevent that, because you can go into the settings and say, okay, after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, we want this screensaver to activate. And the whole thing was that it was something that just kept moving. It was a video, so that nothing would actually burn into the screen. So do people still use them these days? I don't know. These days I have difficulty just making it so that Windows goes to sleep on its own, to the point where I have set up these 3 monitors on a smart plug, so that when I've finished with my PC, because my PC needs to stay on 24/7 for a lot of the automated stuff I have running, I just say, hey, digital assistant, turn off monitors. And they go ding, and all 3 of them get literally powered off. So yeah, I personally don't use screensavers, but I get that people still might want to. I mean, the technology should be good enough now, especially if you've got a relatively new monitor, that they're not prone to screen burn anyway. Yeah. Used to have a screensaver years ago. Do you remember what it was? Because when I was looking through like old screensavers, I don't know if you remember one where it was like a Robinson Crusoe type situation. There was this guy that was shipwrecked on an island, and he used to walk around the island and he used to do things. It was quite comical. I'd forgotten about it. I hadn't thought about it in decades. And then I saw that and I'm like, I remember this. Yeah. It's been a while, but I do remember this. So. Something that bounced around the screen. Yeah, I mean, they even did it with the DVD players, didn't they? So a lot of DVD players you see have a logo that bounces around the screen. I think possibly even my Roku TV might do it. It's not very often that my Roku TV is not used though, so yeah, but I feel like something bounces around the screen on that. And if you go to Irish John Games stream, who is Besto Friendo, Irish John Games, he actually has a redemption for that, so you can bounce a DVD logo around the screen. And obviously it has the best clips ever. So, yeah, yeah, another Unity game dev working on the fantastic Rise of Piracy game managed to land Microprose as a publisher. So, definitely worth a follow. I used to have a Lara Croft that walked around the screen too. I don't remember that. I do remember you could have animals that did things, and I think even today on Steam you can get some kind of pet that you can have on screen, and the dog can be fed and watered, and yeah, I don't know. Is it just me? I used to get a little bit freaked out by things like Tamagotchi, things that you had to actually keep on top of and you had to feed, otherwise bad things happened. I mean, that just seems like too much stress, right? I mean, I get if it's like, here, little child, have this Tamagotchi. Show me you can look after this and keep this alive for a few weeks, and then we'll get a dog or a cat. I mean, I get that, but I love Tamagotchi. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just me. I was reminded of something Tamagotchi-ish the other day. Sparky, they used to have them in... Me too. All right, it's just me. I'm just a bit psycho. Thank you, everybody, for confirming my worst fears. In Tesco, they used to sell them, Sparky. It's a cube, right? A literal 3D cube. It's electronic. It has a display, and they used to have stick men on them, and they were intelligent in that you could join two together, and then the stick men could move between the different cubes. So it could be like they'd escaped the cube and they were like talking to the person in the other cube. And yeah, they were... You remember those? Because I remember not too long before I emigrated, they had a sale where they were like ridiculously cheap. And I bought a whole bunch of them. Every time I saw them in stock at Tesco, I used to buy them, and then I sold them on eBay for a nice little profit. So, yeah, that was I think one of my few attempts at reselling. But yeah, they were cute. I think they were magnetic as well, so they actually stuck together. So that they could, and you could also like rotate them, and then when you rotated them, I think the person like fell down or something. I think they were ahead of their time, to be honest. And I don't even know what I would search for now to try and find them again. Anyway, my fix list for today has one item at the moment, no clip audio. So Bardi said when we listened to that clip, and presumably when you just heard or watched Irish John, you didn't hear anything either. So I don't know why we suddenly... Oh, I might know actually. Hang on. That might be why. Let me just try this. I'm going to do a clip for Nerduino, another besto friendo, and he is was a former, I guess is a former? Yeah, he is a former NASA scientist. He was a NASA scientist. He used to work at the fancy pants space place called NASA. Now streams all things spacey on this platform. So let me know if you can hear this.
Wave goodbye as an alien for you.
I'm hoping you heard him say wave goodbye as an alien for you. Thank you, Sparky. Yeah, I know exactly what it was. I was trying to fix a different issue. Don't tell Ice Bear because I know he's still set over the loss of the song request command. But I was trying to see if it was possible to resurrect it. So I was following a couple of YouTube videos on things they suggested on what you can change in your audio settings, and I inadvertently disabled something that I thought might fix it, but in turn actually... Oh no, he heard me. Quick, change the subject. Yeah, so Ask.com that we were looking at, originally known as Ask Jeeves, former web search engine, Ask Media Group, conceptualized and developed in 1996. Okay. In 2006, the Jeeves name was discontinued. Okay. Which had its own web crawler and algorithm. Wait, I want to hear what you found out. No, I don't know what you're talking about. We were just discussing the Ask Jeeves engine thing, Bear. I don't know what you mean. In late 2010, faced with insurmountable competition from larger search engines, the company outsourced its technology and revived its function as a question and answer site. Now owned by Interactive Corp. Never heard of them. Which acquired them in 2005. 2007, Ask.com was redesigned with a 3D appearance. In 2007, Ask released the Ask Eraser feature. What? People opt out, okay. Ask acquired Lexico Publishing, owns Dictionary, Thesaurus, and Reference.com. I would think that's worth acquiring for these URLs alone. I mean, they would go for an insane amount of money. August 2008, Ask initiated the Ask Kids search engine designed for children. Page is only so long. I love your face, Bear. Anyway, I'd love to explain to you what I was talking about in regards to the song request command. However, number one, my cup only has cold coffee in it, so I need to fix that. And also, I can hear the cat trying to bash down the bedroom door, so I need to let Cheeto out. So I will be right back, okay? Try not to miss me too much, Bear. I will be 3 minutes and 2 seconds, okay? Time me. Go.
Hey, does anybody want coffee? Hey, does anybody want coffee?
And I'm back in the room. Yeah, just missed it. Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes it's like, oh, close but no cigar, as they say. So the plop game I'm working on as a replacement for the drop game. The drop game, of course, from the fantastic Instafluff and Maya of pixelplush.dev. But there were some things I wanted to add myself, some things I wanted to test out and play with, that the functionality just wasn't available in the drop game. And I like things to be as original as possible here, so I thought, well, as much as I love the drop game, a lot of people have the drop game, and if possible, and I still don't know if it's going to work or not, I'm slowly trying to transition to the plop game. And I think originally I renamed it plop just because, you know, drop was already used for the drop game. And then my long-term plan when I did move over was to rename the plop command to drop. But I'm kind of enjoying talking about people plopping on stream just as a kind of 12-year-old toilet humor joke. I quite enjoy it. And I go, oh, thanks for your plop. People never grow it, right? So it might always stay as the plop command. I'm not sure yet. But to start with, I do like the plop. See, I rest my case. So to start with, I had it as Kirby landing on the warp star. And if you just do plop, as you saw ably demonstrated by Ice Bear Bear when we went to the break, you do get Kirby with the parasol. So the next step was, okay, well, let's see if we can change it so that we use emotes. So I managed to get it working now, as you saw with Cheeto coming down on the parasol. I'm not sure about the positioning. Might need to move the emote up slightly so that it does touch the handle of the umbrella, but also, if you remember, all emotes are different. It supports transparency, so because you could see through Cheeto's ears, obviously the handle of the parasol didn't come down far enough. So there's lots to consider, and also things like animated emotes don't work currently. It just shows the first frame of the animation. So if I do something like plop, and then we have the new LOL animation, it just shows the first frame. It doesn't actually animate it. I need to see whether I can work around that or not. But again, because there's transparency on there, it looks like the handle's not reaching, which I think I'm okay with. I think if it's a solid square emote, you should see it reach up to the handle. But because it supports transparency, if it's see-through like that, I think I'm okay with that. Yes.
Breaking news, the streamer is now in witness protection. Their name has been completely changed and their identity hidden for their own protection.
Thank you. I believe your name is Apop, since I don't actually know you. I think BitGamey knows you, but obviously I'm Brit Smamey, for the sake of witness protection, so thank you everybody for stopping by today. I know you did hope to see the streamer called BitGamey. Not here right now, but I'm sure if you stick around, he might be back at some point. And because he's not here, I'm going to help Ice Bear Bear with their question. Curious how you get the URL for the emote used in chat through StreamerBot. Have you tried to do that yourself, Bear, or were you around when I was discussing having the issues previously? Because at the moment, StreamerBot doesn't actually pass emotes, and you can't just say, okay, well this is the name of my emote, can you please use that? Because it does actually need,
It does actually need, as you specified there, the URL for it. So, yeah. Is this something you've tried to do yourself, Bear? Is there some reason that you were looking into this? Or maybe you just remember me talking about the challenges. I was just curious how you go from the emote name text to the actual image. Yeah, I'll explain it to you in a DM is probably easier because it's not one of those things that's easily explained, and it's not something that's that simple to do, which is why I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to support animated emotes or not. But yeah, send me a DM and that'll remind me to let you know. I know this is random, but do you by chance remember the cancer treatment name or the company? Whoa, that was very rude, very darude of you, Morgana. Welcome on in. For those that don't know, Morgana Freya, fantastic makers and crafters streamer that loves coming into my stream and trying to scare the bejesus out of me by playing Sandstorm by Darude. And since, you know, it's only fair, I go to Morgana's stream and I do the same thing to Morgana. So, yes, welcome in, Morgana. Thank you for that scaring the bejesus out of me entrance. Let's see if we can get a clip of Morgana. Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
Yeah, I gotta.
There she is. Ha! Ha! You got scared too. Ha! I wonder if that was a clip of me coming in and doing it on your stream, because that would be funny. Anyway, how you doing, Morgana? Good to see you. Blah blah blue blah. The cancer treatment name or the company that the woman in Berlin's stream talked about. No, I do not. Let me do a shout out. I don't think we've shouted out Berlin today. I know he's possibly potentially at the farmer's market, but he may make an appearance at some point. What I can do. Science stream. There's an S on the end. How long have you been watching him? Try it again. There he is with one of his IRL streams.
As being particularly brutal. The sand tiger female can only support a single.
We do love Berlin. And Leader. And Munchkin. And Buster Brown. Hakuna Matata. Scared the bejesus out of me. I know, right, Bear? I'm like, those blurps are so loud. And, you know, I should turn them down, but I'm not going to. I think that's part of it. It's part of me realising that somebody's used a blurp on stream, is that it does in fact scare the bejesus out of me, which I think people that use bits to do so appreciate. Because blurp is there for people to have fun, and subscribers get 75%. That's almost 3/4 off of the cost of bits for using blurps. So yeah, subscribers have at it. Oh, I think I'm just about calmed down from that. All right. Okay. Am I caught up with chat? I was going to the farmer's market this AM, but that's a lot of work right now. I'm cozy.
I sentence you to get me some chicken nuggets.
Thank you, Bear. Thank you. Auntie Donna. I don't know. What is Auntie Donna? That's a new one on me. Go away, fly. Yeah, I think I actually have a cozy emote, don't I? There it is. There's my cozy emote. Let's use it for the drop game. Look at that. Duck in a blanket. Does anything say more cozy than duck in a blanket? I feel like Auntie Donna is something that Irish John Games refers to on occasion. Possibly. All right. Am I caught up with everything? Am I caught up with everybody? Did I miss anything? Yes, I did miss something. Okay, so did Clayman raid here a while ago? Suddenly, Clay's stream replaced by yours. Well, Clayman may have raided Luigi Blazer. We had a raid from Rage. We had a raid from Luigi Blazer, which is our only raid so far. So if you ended up here inadvertently and you were in Clay's stream, my guess is either Clay raided Luigi Blazer or Clay raided one or more streamers that in turn raided Luigi Blazer, and then that's how you ended up here. Roiku, that would be my guess, but I'm terribly sorry you got dragged kicking and screaming into my Sandbox Saturday stream, but it's good to have you here anyway. Yeah, so yeah, the plop game is it's an interesting work in progress. Me and my occasional bestie ChatGPT have been working on it, trying to get it working properly, and yeah, we're getting there slowly. Luigi Blazer didn't get any raids, but that would have been my guess too. Yeah, so I actually have no clue, Roiku, how Twitch dragged you in kicking and screaming. I mean, it kind of feels a bit like when I went to Spain once on vacation, and at night when you go out and you want to go to the nightclubs, there's people on the street and they're almost practically dragging you in with offers of, oh, come on in, like you get this card and you get this card punched so you can get so many free drinks, and you know, half price this, and we have a swimming pool. And it's true, one of the nightclubs had a swimming pool. So maybe Twitch is just like feeling sympathy for me, and they're like, do you know what, people were in these streams, but I'm just going to drag you across to this other stream. But you know, Clayman Dev is fantastic. He's a wonderful human. He's a friendo of the channel. So we can, in fact, for those people who are like, Clayman who? Wait, what? Let's see if we can actually spell it right today. We don't want to do a shout out for somebody we don't even know like before. So here is a clip of Clayman Dev in action. Oh, it's one of his Rickroll clips. He loves those.
Is that actually just part of the video?
No.
Oh, he's gonna go and check it and it's gonna explode into his face, isn't it?
Yeah, well, kind of. Get ready.
Dude, you are so fucking stupid.
Oh, when Clayman gets Rickrolled. There's two clips like that. Two times it's happened, and it's quite hilarious. Wait, what? Clayman is your brother-in-law? No way! Seriously? That is pretty cool. So, funny thing happened yesterday, talking about that, is that my sister-in-law just got married to somebody, and the somebody they got married to, their brother knows my cousin. How small a world is it? And me and my cousin were both born in England. And now we're both in the US and both in Texas. Oh, Luigi Blazer. Okay, that would be funny. He's my brother-in-law. My sister's over, but he's a legit brother to me. Aww. That's nice. I like it when it's like that. It's like when people say, you know, that I get all the mother-in-law jokes. It's like, oh, we're going around to see my mother-in-law today, and it's like, oh no, mother-in-laws. I actually get on really well. I get on really well with my mother-in-law. Yeah, so I quite enjoy going around to visit. Family, eh? I mean, some of my family I wouldn't want to go around and visit. Some of my family I don't go around and visit. There it is. Yeah, same. I feel bad some people don't have that. Yeah, I mean, I know the old thing, oh, you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. But, you know, many people in my family I would choose. Many I wouldn't. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm not going to turn this into a family hating stream. We're not going to say, okay, here's a new poll. Which member of your family would you not really care too much for? Reach Blaze one passed away from cancer sadly, which is one of the most beautiful people I've ever known. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it doesn't seem to matter some things how much money you throw at it. You know, just trying to get these things cured. I mean, look how much money Michael J. Fox has thrown at Parkinson's disease. He started a foundation, continues to throw buckets and buckets of money at it. I'm not sure how much nearer we are to a cure for that. I did see something recently in the news that they potentially have been able to slow it down some more. So there is that, but yeah, terrible. Okay. All right. So Sandbox Saturday, as regulars will know, pretty much anything goes on Sandbox Saturday. We don't have a fixed schedule, a fixed agenda. We don't even necessarily do game dev. We might talk about game dev things. We might talk about software things like the redemptions. So, you know, we can really still be in the software and game dev category. But it's just a bit more laid back, just a bit more relaxing on a weekend, because why not? Studying things got preventing root tough doesn't help people have it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing, of course, you know, when they come out with these treatments, if they're preventative treatments, but you're already too far advanced in whatever it is that you have, then yeah, potentially might not help. I don't know what's going on in my throat today. I think there's a big old Kermit just about here. The old frog sitting in my throat. Let's talk about what you won't tell me about Spotify. I don't know what you mean, I spare. There is a cure and they just want money. There's a special... Yes, exactly. Yeah. And you do have to wonder that too, you know. All the people that manufacture medicine that doesn't cure, but like helps with slowing down the progression of these things. How much Big Pharma is set to lose if they come up with cures for these things. Hello, you beautiful people. Hope you've enjoyed staring at the screen so long your eyes have gone square. Well, you know, an hour and 33 minutes. Not that long, but this is kind of a square frame. So welcome in, Duke. How you doing? Good to see you. The Plop game now supports static emotes, at least, so we're making some progress. So, for example, and he's back. Can't keep me down for long. I know exactly what caused it. And no, it wasn't you, Duke. Don't worry about it. It was, in fact, the it was the Plop game. I have to disable it again. There was... So long story short, I had a version of the Plop game that doesn't freeze the stream, but then I made some changes and an old version got put back, the one that does freeze the stream, and I hadn't realised. And so eventually we start using it, and then the more plops that appear, we end up with a steaming pile. So, yeah. So, just ignore the fact that we might get a message in a few minutes saying about voting in the prediction, because that's the only thing that it's not easy for me to disable to do a quick restart when OBS completely hangs and I have to close it out and start it up again. So, yeah. If there's any messages about the prediction, we know the prediction happens at the start of the stream and it's already been closed, and people that won got their points. Because if we use the redemption called Bit Shirty, we will in fact see, let me put the cord from my headphones around the back, people that wanted to see my shirt, which is the prediction every day, it is in fact the sloth today. So not fast, not furious. You'll get it sorted. Yours. Oh, Bear, thank you. But yes, I at least know what's causing it, and I do know how to fix it. I just need to put the code back in place that doesn't hang it up. So it gets caught in an infinite loop. That's the problem. There's a while loop in the code, and the while condition never gets met, so it just loops and loops and loops and loops and loops, and then it just hangs OBS. That's what's happening there. So I shall fix it later. I will, but for now, no more plops today. Plop has been disabled. So I've decided to remove the ovals for the lights and put it as a texture. Okay, yeah, I saw your question. I don't know if anybody else responded, but I responded when I saw it. That was just my suggestion. I don't know how close you can actually get to that recess, whether it's like, because I was thinking like in Star Wars, in A New Hope, the first Star Wars movie that was made, in the corridors they had like recesses, didn't they? And they were able to hide in them, so I didn't know if that was going to be a consideration or not. But if it's purely like background, or player wouldn't expect to be able to go in them anyway, and Bardaki said the same. Aha, well, Bardaki is actually more qualified than me, so if he said the same, then you should take that to the bank. He was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here, if he's lurking, and I don't think we did a shout out, did we? He came in and then we kind of rabbit holed. So let's, I think he's already done a runner. That doesn't matter. We're still going to do a shout out anyway. Too small for a player to fit in. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah. There he is. Obviously.
There you go, John. That's for you.
I did indeed say that. Are you out there? What? So I think what happened, the reason that I thought Bardaki had done a runner is not because the content is so terrible you wouldn't possibly want to stick around and watch it, but I think because OBS crashed, and OBS doesn't let you tag somebody and bring up their name unless they've chatted, okay, because it refreshed the stream because OBS crashed. I think it didn't detect that Bardi was here because there were no chats since we came back on, so that'll be why. But I'm glad Bardi's still here, because got to see that we did a shout out, and also there's all the links. Do all the stuff. Get the Unwanted War onto your wish list today. You know what? Wish listing is so easy. And then some people might turn around and go, yeah, but I'm not on Steam. Get on Steam. Create a profile. It takes like 2 minutes. Create a profile on Steam. Even if you don't play PC games, just to be supportive of game devs like Bardaki. And go to the link there and find the Unwanted War and add it to your wish list. And then guess what? What you're going to get at most is an email when things happen. When it goes live, when there's a demo released, that kind of stuff. And even if you don't want those, you can unsubscribe from them when they come in. But think of that warm, fuzzy feeling you'll get inside of knowing that you've been part of Bardaki's meteoric rise to success with his fantastic RTS game.
Stay a while and
just saying. On Steam, exactly, on the Steam store. Love Your Face Gaming. No, Love Your Face Daki. How about that? More food time. Okay, well, enjoy your more food. Hope it's something quite delicious. Wishlisted. See, the Duke. The Duke's the kind of person that will come to a stream, okay, and they'll go, yeah, this might interest me. I'm going to follow. And then, you know what? I want to support this streamer. I'm going to subscribe. And then, you know what? When I make suggestions like, hey, this person's a great human, you know, and is working really hard to get this game finished, it'd be great if you could just wishlist for free. Duke steps up. That's why he's the Duke. Okay? Just saying. Just putting that out there. Okay? Just shoot fly. It's annoying enough having flies around. It's really annoying when they land on your monitor, but it's also equally as annoying when they land on your stream lights and all you can see is just this black thing. Hey, oh, actually that reminds me. Shh. Nobody speak for a minute. Shh. Nothing happened. I have to do this because it's Twitch law. Kilted, how are you doing? Welcome on in. We've totally been listening to your playlist the whole stream because it's a Saturday, and I totally hadn't forgotten that I normally listen to your music on a Friday. So welcome on in. Good to see you. I just realised OBS crashed earlier. We did run for about an hour and a half before the plop game crashed things. And that's why we have the Kirby's Warp Star still left on screen and a stray parasol with an emote stuck at the top of the chat window. So if you will pardon me momentarily to jump over to the plop game scene and just take care of those, I will be less than 30 seconds. Time me. Go. Can't say quicker than that. All right, so now we can see my subscription goal. We can see the fact that we're playing the legendary Patrick Morris, aka Kilted Ninjas music today. We can see there are 8 days, 8 hours and some change left until the Journ Jam starts. And in fact, it is the iOS version and not the Android version of the calendar, showing it is in fact, as Ice Bear Bear will appreciate, Saturday today. And the 6th day of the month. So how you doing, Kilted? Welcome on in. Hope your Saturday is going fantastically well. Let's see, what is it for you? About 3:15 in the afternoon? Something like that? Yeah. Thank you for the plays. Glad you're enjoying the tunes. Well, I hope you get some pennies from the plays. I hadn't really considered that side of it before, but I'm hoping it's at least monetized for you. Freshie! Freshie is in the house. Freshie's so good, he came in and said his welcome message twice. How you doing, Freshie?
Really, the only word for it is...
Exactly. Who said cake in chat? How many days until Bob 99 again? That was something, wasn't it, Bear? I should create more redemptions on stream, right, where we can do testing like that. Days of Bob 99. So I've recently celebrated my birthday, and now I've got 2 cakes to eat, and they're not small ones. Anyone want a slice? Yeah, well, what kind of cake? Let's not rush to the table. What kind of cakes are we talking about here, Duke? Okay. I mean, I'm talking like I don't eat any kind of cake, but we kind of need some more detail. And when actually was your birthday? Because we didn't do the birthday thing on screen. Okay, we have a birthday thing we do when it's people's birthdays. But even if they come here and it was recently, but not the actual day, we can still have the dancing cupcake and balloons. All right? There's no cash in it, really. I think for about 2 years, the players have earned about $3 or something, but it costs like $20 a year to use the distribution service. Yikes. Yeah, 3 is greater than 0, but yeah, it probably helps as well if people remember to put your playlist on. I wonder if I can do anything automatically for that. I might add that to my list. I wonder if I can automatically detect when I start streaming that it is Saturday and then play that playlist. bet I can. I bet I can do that. Auto playlist for Tilted on Saturdays. Yeah, there's a little bit of a challenge for me off stream. Sounds like a great tangent. I do like my tangents. It is Sandbox Saturday. Well, one's a novelty Spider-Man Victoria sponge. Oh, now I miss good Victoria sponges. The other is a Rich Thornton's chocolate cake. And it was on the 4th, so Thursday. Yeah, I think Thursday is close enough. Thursday is close enough. We can do the dancing birthday thing. Share the link. What link are we talking about, Freshie? Did I miss something? Happy late birthday. Exactly, yes. So Thursday is good. It's still considered your birthday week in my eyes until Sunday. Music. Oh, yeah, Kilted. Well, the thing is, I mean, if you search for Kilted's name, you can see in the music UI there, if you search on Spotify, it'll come up. I mean, I'm not sure if... I mean, with Kilted's permission, I can share my playlist, which is one I curated for the stream, which is all of Kilted's songs minus one, which might have potentially had an issue with. I mean, if Kilted's okay with that, I think it's public that I can actually share it. Let's have a look. Share, copy link to playlist. Sure, go for it. But also you do need Kilted's permission to play it on stream, unless you just want to play it off stream. Complain to Twitch that you're legit allowed to use the one that they nerfed. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we still have like 34 songs, so there's almost 3 hours worth of content there, but Tilted Ninja Muzak. Alright, so see if you're able to access that playlist, Freshie. Because Jern took it off his playlist as well, which is sad. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's only the one, and it might just have been some kind of one-off. You know, we could put it back in rotation, and they might not have any issues with it in future. My question to the community is, what are you listening to as you code, or whatever you may do on a computer? So, for me personally, I like something. Actually, got family coming over to our new house to have a party on our new grounds. That's right, new house, yes. Anyway, before we talk about what people listen to, let's get the birthday thing going, because Thursday, so I'm going to say today, is the Duke's birthday. So if you have any celebratory icons you'd like to put in chat during this, or you just want to kick back and watch the show that is the Dancing Cupcake, then here we go. Oh, wait, got combo biddies. What? Dino combo biddies, no less. Thank you very much. I appreciate those biddies. And while you have some dancing dinos, let's have a dancing cupcake. Let's go. What? Why is it jumpy? It's weird. I'm not dropping any frames, but it was a bit stuttery there for a minute, at least for me. That was weird. Was it stuttery for anybody else, or was it just for me? It seemed like it was like missing frames, but I have dropped frames 0.0% in OBS, which is weird, which means there might have been something else running on this PC that was potentially causing issues. I do have one stream open of somebody else. I'm going to close that out. And it was in fact Andy that raided us last stream. So just in case that's causing any issues. We should get rid of that. And also some lag in there. Okay, yeah, I think it was definitely a PC resource issue rather than a bandwidth dropped frames type situation. All right, so yes, last stream we had the happy birthday song for Captain Krabs and Andy Lippy, and then Andy Lippy raided in, which was crazy. And this time we have the happy birthday shenanigans for the Duke. So yeah, I hope you had a great birthday on Thursday. I hope you got all the gifts that you deserve and wanted, and have fun today with your fam. Alrighty, I think we've probably read this as much as we need to read it. I think Ice Bear Bear might have forgotten the Spotify discussion. So, yeah, we can probably close this out right now. So, 37 minutes is when the new sales, the new flash deals launch on the Unity asset. Oh, hey Bear, hi. I'm glad you're still here, because we're just about we're going to mention the flash deals on the asset store, and I know you like the flash deals.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
I'm still not sure. You know, I've got a whole 36 minutes to decide. I'm still not sure whether to get this or not. I don't have a use case in mind right now. Roland, I have a lot of respect for. 9 months ago, said most complete asset I ever had. So, to be honest, it should be an insta buy really if Roland's giving it 5 stars. It only works on URP, which is a bit of a kicker. I mean, you could finagle it. You could get it working in built-in. I don't have any interest in HDRP and may never ever have an interest in it. But I'm sure distract me with asset shopping. What were we even talking about? Spotify? I don't think we were even talking about Spotify, were we? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so squirrel. So we have 35 minutes until the new sales launch, and so 35 minutes until this stops being 80%. I'm not sure what happens after it stops being 80%. I feel like it's not going to be like previous flash sales. I think it's just going to drop to 50 and that's going to be it. It's going to stay half off the rest of the sale. So I don't want to spend the next 2 weeks having to this asset catch my eye, having not bought it, and be like, yeah, now if I want to buy it, it's going to cost me $30. Or do I snag it at $11.80, put it in my collection? No, I might never actually use it. I mean, it does have some good props. Look, a lot of prefabs included. This is like a podium or rostrum, if you will, I guess, where the winners of the race can stand. We've got some rocks and some plants. Got some vehicles, which are always good to have in your collection. Ouch, we were praising Kilted and chatting about what music is listened to during coding. Thank you, Freshie. Yes. Thank you for dragging me back up from the rabbit hole. I appreciate that. So, yes, Duke was asking, a boatload of Lego Star Wars, can't complain except the missus purchased it all on my card. Did she at least tell you, or did you not realise until you got the statement and you're like, oh, that's so nice, thank you. Wait, what are these entries on my credit card statement? That's funny. All right, so as I was going to say before we did the birthday shenanigans, I like to listen to something that's motivational, something that's upbeat, you know, give me some Prodigy, give me some Paradise City, something that's upbeat that kind of gets your blood pumping and going. Sometimes I want that if I'm trying to fix an issue or if I have a particular task in hand that I want to finish and I'm like, come on, get it. Almost like going to the gym, having workout music. Other times, if I'm just like bug fixing or, you know, I'm starting a new project and just kind of chilling, then maybe some lo-fi. I think it's Lo-Fi Girl, is it, on YouTube? The channel where it's just like 24/7 lo-fi. I'll listen to that. So that's me personally. If anybody else wants to put in chat what they listen to while they're at the PC doing things. Thank you, Freshie, for dragging me back, kicking and screaming. If jump around gets disabled on accident, remember this trolling. Trolling? I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean, Bear? I listen to all sorts of things. NF, Fallout Boy, Panic at Disco, lots of different jams. I do like the lo-fi, but it gets me sleepy. There is that, yeah. Yeah, it is very easy because it's so low-key and so calming. You're like, yeah. And as somebody that got 5 hours sleep last night, barely, it is going to be quite easy for me to nod off today. So just putting that out there. I had said I usually listen to ambient, chill step, or rain plus white noise, or Tool, SOAD. All sorts. I caught it when you were wondering about Spotify. I don't know why Bear keeps bringing up Spotify. I don't know. It's almost becoming an obsession at this point. Yeah, I mean, even down to like threats of things getting disabled on his channel to reduce my enjoyment of said channel. Don't System of a Down. That's a new one to me, Kilty. I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, so alright, so what I was saying there, in short, was I was trying to find some way to resurrect, bring back the song request command. I know that some people, including me, miss it, and I was trying to find a way, if at all possible, to bring it back without getting Twitch spanked. Maybe you two need to hug it out. Maybe we do. Maybe that is the answer. Yeah. What did they say? Make love, not war, or something. So maybe a hug is the answer in this particular case. But I know that Bear does miss the song request command. Even though Bear has the song request command on his stream and manages successfully to not save it onto the VOD and so doesn't get Twitch spanked. So step away for 2 minutes and the asset store is open. Oh no. So I'm still trying on the back end. The short version is Bear, with little success so far, but I think, especially since I'm going to be moving to a different stream location soon, I might make it part of that transition, see if we can get it back. Yeah, the asset store, Darren. So I have less than 30 minutes to decide if I want to spend $11.80 on this $59 asset. It includes a whole bunch of stuff. It says try the PC demo, but it's a Google Drive link that then lets you download and run a build on your PC. I have in fact downloaded it. It was quite a size, to be honest. Demo. Yeah, 1.2 gig is pretty much what the build was. Quite well structured. There's documentation in its own folder. Has the demo scene. Has all the assets broken down into animation transition. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in here. It's organized very well. Doesn't have many reviews, which surprises me. I mean, given that it's been around since November, I get that it's a $59 asset. But, you know, 1.2 gig is quite a size for a package. I don't know. I'm not sure. Smikes, how you doing? Oh, come on in. Why does my mum always try to FaceTime me when I'm streaming? Hang on a minute. I'll be right back. Do. And I'm back. Yeah, I told my mum that I would give her a call today. We have FaceTime calls occasionally, and said, yeah, let me know when you're available. Well, her letting me know when she's available is just literally FaceTiming me. So I was like, hi. She said, are you working? And I'm like, well, I'm streaming. There's people watching my face right now. And she's like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm on the BRB scene at the moment. I said, I'll call you back in a little bit. So she's like, okay. So we're good. All right. Any estate sales on the docket for the weekend? I'm not really sure this weekend, Smikes. We don't have a list at the moment. Not fast, not furious, just very bit slothy today. Lodoc, welcome on in. Yeah, I'm not sure. Definitely, possibly, allegedly Goodwills on the docket. I'm not sure about estate sales. What I did buy, thank you for the reminder, Smikes, is I bought something for my possible new stream room. Yeah. Do you want to see it? Do you want to see what I bought yesterday? Let me show you what I bought yesterday, because it's right behind me. Hold your horses. All right, let me just make sure I didn't miss anything else in chat. I wrote a Google Doc that explains my setup if you are interested. Your setup for your stream setup, you mean, Bear? Okay, I don't think I missed anything else, did I? BRB few mins, all right, Kilted. Thank you. Appreciate the lurk. Okay. I think I'm all caught up. All right, yes. Spotify and VODs. Oh, okay, yes, that would be helpful. Thank you. I mean, all the videos I read say, oh, you just need to throw all your stuff that's going to VODs on channel 2, and then you just need to disable it in your audio settings for whatever you put in the music through, and it doesn't work. It used to work, and then a long time ago, long time ago, I can still remember. Myself and my favourite lion, one lion, went through all the audio stuff and changed a bunch of stuff around, and it did work for a little while, and now it doesn't. And now, I don't know, part of me thinks maybe I should just go back to square one and start doing it all again. Not the whole stream, just the audio part of it. See if I can get around it that way. As, yeah, it ain't cutting it the way I'm doing it. But anyway, back to Smike's original question, estate sales. So yesterday, when I was streaming, I got a message that Firefighter Gaming had found a new curiosity store and collectibles and sent me a few screenshots. And I saw something in one of the screenshots that I might have been interested in. So when I ended the stream yesterday, I went over there and I had a look, and the thing was still there, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to see how much that is. And just to give you an idea, it's it's not tiny. Steve, welcome on in. Good to see you. It's not tiny. It's quite a size. Yeah. It's got to go on the wall because, you know, I don't really have space anywhere else for it to go. So, any guesses from anybody? What would I buy? It's this size that would go on the wall in my possible new stream room when I'm no longer sitting in the corner of my lounge. Any ideas? Anybody? I'm going to do the big reveal. Here we go. Billboard of Berlin. No, I already have that. That's already up here. Yeah. I don't like playing games with Freshie. I really don't like playing games with Freshie, to be honest. Fast since 91. There he is, look. This is why you shouldn't play games with Freshie. Engineer here, gotta go. Have a good stream if I'm not back soon. Good luck getting your 1 gig fibre connection in, Darren. Hope it all goes fantastically well and you're whizzing soon. Boom. How in the world did you guess that, Freshie? How, of all the things that could have been, how did you guess that? What is... I don't know. He has some kind of special powers. What happened with that redemption? Where did all the rings go? Okay, well, you're supposed to see rings springing out. Smikes, have you seen the newest redemption, the talking trash? I'll do a freebie for those that haven't seen it. Here we go. Is that a sloth on your shirt? Indeed it is. Yes. Not fast, not furious. Now I'm going to be dragged. Thank you. Can you check if I think Bit Shirty should be available now. No, reward is temporarily unavailable. Oh, I wonder if... I think I know what happened. Hang on. Yeah, so I have a new thing. I had to put anti-chaos measures in place because of a certain mod that goes rogue when he comes in. Mentioning no names, and that he was activating all of the redemptions at the same time. Now the problem with that is not the chaos that gets caused, but some of the redemptions use the same sources, so you should only really hang on, I think there's somebody at my door. I'm just going to mute the mic. A bit weird. There's a car that pulled up and just sat outside my house across the end of my driveway, and then they just drove down the street a little bit and they've just done a turnaround and now they've driven off. Did they leave anything on my porch maybe? Let me have a quick check. No idea. Very weird. Okay. MIB watching you again. I mean, I would hope if it was MIB, they'd either be more discreet, or if they weren't discreet, they'd then come up with the neuralizer, because I've seen the documentary that is the Will Smith Men in Black, and come up and go, just look into this, please. And if they did do that, I wouldn't remember, right? So maybe they did. I don't know. It's not me. No, it's not you, Freshie. It wasn't a truck. It was a grey sedan, if you will. That would be a fun redeem. A neuralizer redeem. There you go, Smikes. Get on it. Get it. Come on. You can do this. I've got faith in you. But yeah, so the problem with the redemptions right now is I put some anti-chaos measures in place, and I can only put it down to the fact that OBS crashed earlier, that it might be an issue that they didn't get enabled again, that they were paused. So if I go to Pause for redemption, overlap, unpause for redemption, overlap. Let's try this. Still says reward is temporarily unavailable. Alright, let's go to platforms. Can you limit the rogue mod to redeems per minute in streamer bot? I mean, you can do a cooldown per user, but the problem then is that doesn't still stop him. If somebody hasn't used those redemptions recently, it doesn't stop him coming in and like kicking them all off at the same time. So like if you did the Sonic spin redemption, that would interfere with the blue shell redemption, and that would interfere with Minecraft redemption, and it's a whole thing. So Tatum, welcome on in, good to see you. Sorry that I didn't actually acknowledge your good morning with the cool duck earlier. My apologies, but great Spooder stream yesterday. Yeah, so Tatum's stream yesterday, we were spider watching. There was an orb weaver spider in the corner.
What you're trying to say is that you can't control it.
I'm not trying to say that. The whole bloody ship is.
It's true.
Color scheme that freaks me.
The black on black.
You try and operate one of these weird black controls which are labeled in black on a black background.
Yeah.
The black light lights up black to let you know you've done it. What is this? Some kind of intergalactic.
It's true. Pain meds are winning. I must get my sleep. All right, Bear. Appreciate it. Good to see you as always. We'll leave you on TV again for after hours bit gaming. Okay, yes. So my dulcet tones are what is going to lull Ice Bear into a deep sleep. So I hope you feel better soon, and I'm glad the pain meds, although making you sleepier, hopefully having some effect. So yeah, we've actually got some rain at the moment. We're talking about squirrel moments.
Stay a while and listen.
When I looked out the door to see who was stalking me, it's actually raining, so that's a welcome change to the weather. Yeah, be fine. All right, Freshie. Thank you very much. See you shortly. Okay. Yeah, it's a shame that Bear had to leave us, because in like less than 15 minutes, we're going to do some community shopping possibly. So, yeah. You'll need to stop yapping. I can't let you out because it's raining and you'll just bring a whole bunch of mud back in. So, calm yourself. Okay. All right. So, yeah, the redemptions that do not want to work apparently. So they're showing us paused still. So let me just go in and manually unpause them. So BitShirty is showing paused. All right, not anymore. Is it time is showing paused? Not anymore. Okay, so just those two. All right, actions. Oh, I see what the problem is. Copy paste fail is what the problem is. So BitShirty and Is It Time were set to pause instead of unpause. So the way that happened is I created a pause action and then put a bunch of redemptions in there that I want to get paused that I can just call when one of the other action or one of the other redemptions is used. So if you use BitShirty, it goes, hey, hang on a minute. Brrr, all of these get paused. Okay, BitShirty's finished. Brrr, all of these now unpaused. So I created the list first and set them all as paused. And then I duplicated that for the sake of time. And then went through and changed them all to unpaused. But apparently missed the last two, which is BitShirty and Is It Time, which is why they were still set to paused. So you should be good now, Smikes. They should be unpaused. They should be available. I'm going to give you a free... Well, of course, it's on cooldown now. Wait, for it to be on cooldown, somebody must have used it, which is weird. It's kind of mad listening to my old music compared with the new stuff. You gave me a free one, you owe me nothing. I mean, you know, people like my sloth shirt. I know you like sloths. I know you have a sloth sloth theme running through your stream, so I'm quite happy to demonstrate it again momentarily when the 30 seconds left on the cooldown expires. But in the meantime, why don't we just have a freebie? Is it time to see what the time is at the moment on my word clock?
What's the time? What's the time? What's the time?
It is 15 minutes to 10, which, since it updates every 5 minutes, is actually accurate. So while I don't ever use that clock for telling the time, I think it's a nice novelty to have on the wall. And when I move to my possible new streaming location, and I'm actually in a room where I can stream instead of being in the middle of the living room, there's no telling what we're going to have behind me. So we might be able to even have the LED sign that we're going to assemble during Celebration Week in October. So there it is. Let's have a look. How's that cooldown going? All right, here we go. So shirt of the day that Ice Bear Bear managed to guess during the prediction.
Who do I spy? It's the Knowledge King. All hail the Knowledge King. Can you, Batu?
How are you doing, Berlin? Welcome on in. Do you know, earlier we shouted out Science Stream. We didn't put the S on the end. I don't know if there is a science_stream singular, but we did a shout out for them, and then we did a shout out for you. So we saved the best till last. Jalapeno. How are you doing today? How was the farmer's market? Did you get everything that Munchkin gave you a shopping list for? Did you get the peaches? Did you get all the other stuff? Pickles? That's the only two I think I can remember. Is a science streams. Yeah, but what about this? What about science stream? What about that? We haven't gone yet. The kids slept in. Okay. We're actually having some rain here today, so I don't know. There definitely won't be any yard sales on. Nobody's going to want to stand out in the rain unless they have it in their garage, as I say. He always picks up beans. Beans are his absolute favourite, right? I think it's mostly the texture that he enjoys from beans rather than the taste. So what will you do? I mean, we didn't really have any garage sales on the list anyway. We can have a look and see if there's any estate sales, but I don't think there's much going on this weekend as far as those. There's Tatum! Those inconsiderate people.
It'd be really awesome if you could get closer to the bank while I was fishing.
I'm going to get to my favourite bit in a minute.
That'd be great. Thanks.
You know what my favourite part of that is? I mean, I don't like the fact that they were inconsiderate. And I don't like the fact that Tatum got annoyed. But what does make me chuckle is when he's doing all the hand gestures and he goes... That's my favourite gesture. That makes me chuckle. My favourite bit, yes. My favourite bit, if you will. Oh yeah, Ice Coffee Freak had a question for you. Yeah, I didn't know the answer to it, and yeah, so it looks like it might be a case of wading through the VOD to find out the answer to that question. Did a double stream yesterday. Did you watch the second stream with the spider, the orb weaver spider, and it like wrapping up flies and stuff? It was very interesting. Yeah, it was very interesting and very relaxing. I didn't realize how calming it can be, just like watching a spider do its thing. Yeah. Anyway, if I do move to my new stream location in the house, I'm going to have to lose the burb cam, unfortunately, because I will be at the opposite end of the house to the bird feeder, so it won't be available anymore.
Hey, Big Gamey, thanks for checking out the birds and the bees.
You're welcome, Mr. Attenborough. Yeah, as you can see there, it's a bit rainy today. I'm not sure there's going to be any birds or bees or hummingbirds until it dries out later. Let me have a look and see. I mean, I know what the weather is right now. Did it even say rain on the weather? Light rain, there we go. 72, light rain. It's supposed to be a high of 82 today, which is glorious for here because it's been in the mid to upper 90s most days. Yeah, the plop command needs some work, Berlin. We did have a quick demonstration earlier of it supporting emotes, but the code snuck back in that creates the infinite loop and it hung the stream, so I had to restart. So this is in fact part 2 of today's stream. Yeah, Bot Game is not really supposed to get a shout out for random subscribers. And the reason we haven't had Bot Gamey get shouted out before as a random subscriber is because they only recently became a subscriber thanks to Clayman. Clayman came in and decided to give sub the bot. So 5 a.m. Well, that takes away all my sympathy I was getting. I was up until 2 a.m. Berlin, and then I got up at 7 a.m. So I got a whole 5 hours last night. Yeah. So yeah. Well, I hope if you do eventually get to the farmers market, you manage to find what Munchkin wants, because you know there's nothing worse than the wrath of your child if you don't bring back what they're expecting. Or I guess they're going to be with you probably if they don't find them. Got to get those pickles, and you know, pickle juice is actually really good for cramps. It's science. I have to get a Balint on this stream, aren't I need a Balint somewhere that if I do anything sciencey, we can press a button on the stream deck and it has Balint coming on like his stream going, it's science. Possibly. Chilled Saturday, working on some code, all good. Excellent. And do you know what code I'm going to be working on in about 8 days, 8 hours, and 3 minutes? A bot. Thank you, Stanley. He has to wear a lab coat. Absolutely, I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't think we can have Balint appearing on stream here without a lab coat. And, you know, people just wouldn't consider him a serious scientist otherwise. That's all I can say. I mean, I do see other scientists on stream that wear, how can I put this, a lot less than a lab coat. So, yeah, there is that. Yeah. Now, we do actually have a Journ Jam command, Kilted. It's Journ Jam in full. Lab coat only. The Winnie the Pooh it. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, in 8 hours, 8 days, 8 hours, and 2 minutes. Not Journ Jam. You have to spell it correctly, otherwise the command won't work. Journ Jam. There we go. There's the link. The Journ Jam this year, of course, hosted by the mighty Balint and the mighty Journ. So, go ahead and... Oh, I've got 2 minutes left if I'm going to buy this. Should I buy it? Should I not buy it? I think I'm going to say no. Same way that I didn't buy the Dragonkin at $14. I don't think I'm buying this at $11.80. I don't have an immediate requirement, and while I love vehicles, I don't think I'm going to indulge in this. So we're going to say no. We're going to go back to sale screen and look at the flash deals. Now these are the ones about to end. But on the bright side, somewhere down here, there are some that are about to start. Which we'll find out in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. We're keeping this wholesome, right, guys? I don't want to be deleting messages and stuff. I'm all for the innuendo and things, but watch that line. All right, so in a minute and 30, this is going to update. We're going to hit what is 10 a.m. here, and we are going to, in fact, see a whole bunch of new flash deals. When they started, there was 300 and something. Now we're down to 294. I don't know why. I guess maybe if they drop off of the flash deals list, it might then appear on the sale list and not be considered a flash deal, maybe, when they drop down to 50%. I'm not sure. See, Tatum's being a good boy. Tatum doesn't want to get in trouble and be on the naughty step. And Alin doesn't want to get timed out and lose that mighty sword. So, yeah, I'm sure we're all behaving this morning, right? So, did you like those redemptions yesterday, Belin, on your stream? Weren't they just delightful? As I was about to go to bed, and yeah, you made me. You practically forced me to use all those redemptions. I was like, yeah, I'm going to bed. And then I'm like, yeah, don't call me the Knowledge King, because I'm going to have to come back with a redemption. And you're like, ha, well, guess what? No Fiona. Nah, 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 nah. That's what you did. Look, exactly what Sonic did there. You flipped me the bird. You said, no Fiona. Sucks to be you. I don't know about that. I don't know about the Sonic Redemption. I might get rid of the Sonic Redemption. Spent a long time working on it, but I'm not chuffed to bits with it, to be honest. Yeah, I am not. I won't nerf that comment, but I am not the Knowledge King. I think you need to slow it down ×3. I have a family. Wait, what? What did you... GG's, Berlin. You got me. You won Sonic. You won Feeling Blue. Look, I don't know if anybody ever sees that. There's a little thing I put in at the end where there's a Mario Kart that drives along the top of the screen. It's not easy to see. If you're not paying attention, it might escape you. Oh, and now the elephant. Ah, no. 2 for 3, though. It's pretty good. Not a bad hit rate. Yeah. Yeah. I lose. I won. Yeah. So let's have a bit of lava chicken, shall we? Let's get some Steve up in here. Not gonna drop on my head, is he? Oh. Okay. And look, Science Streams fits now. It went off the screen before. And it has a nice little outline around it to make it a bit more pronounced. What is lava chicken? You would have to consult the Minecraft expert that is Belint, because not only does he have a redemption on his stream about Minecraft, but he also has a command. Oh. Italy is so talented. I think I'm going to have to bring out this card again for the second time today. Yes. Okay, so the witching hour, the Unity witching hour has passed. If we refresh this page now, we should have a new round. A flash deal ended. Your asset is still available at 0% off. I mean, they really know how to draw you in, don't they? So the asset I wasn't sure about whether I would buy or not. I had in my cart, just to remind me. And apparently they're really trying to draw me back in by saying it's now 0% off instead of 80% off. So instead of $11.80, could purchase it for $59. So let's just go ahead and remove from the cart. Okay. And let's take a look at the new ones. Just launched. BitGem. I love BitGem stuff. I love the art style. No, you. Please, I have a family. What's this new I have a family line? Did I miss something there? Is this some new meme you're trying to create, Billin? What do we have here? Chicken plus fire. Oh, the lava chicken thing. Okay. All right. So, what do we have? I'm already logged into the store. So if I do own any, like this one here, it'll say purchased already. Not so many flash deals on a Saturday. Is that it? 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 11 yesterday. 11. Today we have 4. Well, I mean, we have more than 4, but these all show 50%. Oh, they're all counting down at the same time. Oh no, we have an 80. All right, we just need to scroll a bit. Apparently, reading is important. Okay, so Cube World, $15 instead of $50. Pretty good. Store Simulator, $90 down to $27. Invector, who do a lot of good AI stuff and controllers and things. Why is the display just jumping all over the place? Right, I'm going to keep my mouse pointer over here. Look, it's still doing it. It's like it changes when the time changes, like it's not a fixed width font or something. Weird. Anyway, so 70, 70, 60, 60, Polyperfect. Polyperfect are amazing. I have a lot of their assets. I don't have this crafting system. Don't really have a need for it, even at $16, but 60% off is a good discount. Flat Kit Toon Shading. That's half price, half price. I'm not even going to look at the half price ones. It's got to be more than 50% for me to give it any screen time. 80% already have that. Trails from Connect. Maxim's Animated Hands I already have. Fun, I'm not really doing anything with multiplayer at the moment, so I'm not interested in that. Low Poly Environment from Polytope, $12. New Ultimate Low Poly Nature Pack from Pure Poly. K Kit. K is amazing. I love K. I might get this one. Let's open that in a separate window. Okay, 50, 80. Smite Soft, one of the sponsors of the Journ Jam, has Colorize HD on sale, 80% off. And that's it. That's the selection for today. Tomorrow, we have 8 Ball Pool. If you didn't particularly want to spend $1,589 on an asset, that's going to be in the sale tomorrow. And you know what? In the sale, if it's 80% off, it'll still be expensive. Impossible, have some great assets. I don't have the legs animator, but I have a lot of their other assets. If this one's 80% off, I might get that for less than $9. That's going to be a good buy. Modular multiplayer FPS, nope. Simple fantasy cartoon assets from Cinti, nope. Have a look at the next page. What you know, Bop? Yeah, so the Bop is going to be the BPM dancer, which I'm going to spend some time working on off stream. Somebody did tell me that they might be looking into how to get live BPM numbers, but you know what some people are like, Kilted. They say these things, Hyper casual puzzle game. $800 FMETP Stream 6. That tells you a lot about it, doesn't it? You know exactly what it is from looking at the title. Make you want to rush and spend $800 on that one. City car driving simulator. TCG engine. Deep voice AI. Hovel Studio again. They had projectile. Say that was in the sale. Already have that one. AV Pro Video. Realistic textures, already own that. Medieval, stylized nature, Toon Detailer, already own that. Idyllic Anime Japan. Tanks, multiplayer. And last but not least for tomorrow will be the low poly style ultra pack. I don't really see anything that's jumping out at me there that screams for me to buy it, other than K Kit, because you know K is a besto friendo of Kenny. If you know Kenny, Kenney, also known affectionately as Asset Jesus, I believe, because of the amount of free assets he creates. But he knows K, and K does a lot of free assets as well. The way that K works is K says, okay, I've got this new pack, say for example a dungeon pack, and I'm going to give you these few assets for free. If you want to pay a little bit more, I'll give you all of the assets for this pack, and then if you want to pay a little bit more, I'll also give you things like the source files so you can load them into Blender and do your own edits. So it is certainly next on the list. Rest assured, in the knowledge it shall be done. Probably. I mean, if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. Kilted, because yeah, it's not really top of my list either at the moment. I mean, I think it's pretty much almost ready for prime time. You know, there he is. There's the actual dancing robot with the green glow. And then what we do is we determine the BPM. And then when we have the BPM, we set the speed slider, which can be anything from 1% to 200%, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, 200%. And this is how fast he dances at 100%. Should we just leave him dancing today? And then people will be like, wow, is he dancing in time to this fantastic music? I'll be like, no, not really. But we'll leave him on for now. We'll just leave him doing his thing. So what happens is somebody types bop in chat, it brings on this lovely little robot dancer that you normally see during the hype command, and the speed of his dance will be determined by the speed of the music. Most of my tunes are 128 BPM. Yeah, I'm not sure what that translates to, because I have like an algorithm in the code that says, okay, if this is the BPM, then do this to that number, and then this is the percentage speed that it should run at. So let me just see if I can pull that out of the code real quick. BPM dancer, set playback speed for BPM. So BPM dancer is the code. So now in the code it has to set the speed differently depending on the animation, because I also have the bop, is it? The Twitch gummy bear that moves. I had that as well, and that has a different set of numbers for calculating how fast it moves at. Alright, so that's for the bear, that's for the robot. So the calculation it uses is, so let's see if we can set it to Kilted's music manually. Let me open up the calculator. So the formula is 0.806 multiplied by the BPM, which Kilted says is 128, plus 15.31. You see, you think these things are simple. They're not. Which brings us out to 118.4% speed for the robot. So if we go to the robot and we manually change him, the thing is you can't have float numbers, it has to be integers. So 118.47. We're going to have to round down to 118. And that makes him dance like this. So hopefully now he'll be somewhere close to... He'll be somewhere close to speed that he needs to dance at to be in time with the music. But I'll let you be the judge. FPS times 60 divided by 128. That's not actually how I have it at the moment. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, that's the Bop Bear that I also had as a different dancer. Let me see. I don't know. Means no worries. It's true. Yes, I don't know if we actually... Media source, cute bear. I don't think I would have called it cute bear. Dance. We have media source, looping dancer. Yeah, I'm not sure what we called the bear dancer. The GIF doesn't loop perfectly. Yeah, it's challenging finding an animation, any animation really, that loops seamlessly, and then I can manage to set to the BPM number. So at this point, I would still consider it a tech demo than something. I mean, he did pretty much dance in time with that, so thank you, Dukesoft. Bop. No, Bop Baby. It wouldn't be Bop Baby, would it? No, that was when we used to have the Bop command, and we had like a baby would come on and jam to the music, not in time. I mean, maybe we need to use the Bop Baby. Set the speed of the Bop Baby. If we make the Bop Baby 118, is the Bop Baby going to be in time with Tilted's music? Let's have the Bop Baby down here. See, and let's hide the dancer for now. It's close. If it's not exact, it's pretty close. The bopping baby is back temporarily, possibly. How you doing anyway, Dukesoft? Good to see you. Hang on a minute. Let me lock the door. All right. So yeah, he's pretty close. We'll leave him doing his thing there in the corner for now. All right. So yeah, Kay has a lot of assets. He has a website, I believe, and he also has a Discord server that you can get some free models from. Things all right, yeah. I'm probably going to be wrapping things up momentarily. We did have the stream crash earlier, but I know why. It was the new drop game again, and yeah, so I need to fix that when we're off stream. We had no audio on the shout out clips for a while, but that got fixed. So now if we do a shout out for, oh, let's pick someone completely at random. Dukesoft. The tease. Should now have the music. And look, we even got Bopping Baby on the clips. Yeah, it's half the battle sometimes, isn't it? Knowing why and then being able to fix it. So I know why, and I should be able to fix it later. There we go. So yeah, if I'm going to buy anything from this sale, it would be this asset, and not because I have any particular use for it currently. I mean, I might be able to use it in the Journ Jam, depending on the type of game I create, but mostly to support Kay, because he does a lot of good stuff and freebies for the community. Dungeon Remastered. Yeah, he has a very cutesy style, a very unique style to a lot of his assets, so, which has pros and cons. You know, if it's that unique, then trying to match it with something else might be challenging, but also I think it's low poly enough style you could match it. I need to sort out a stream. Been quite busy with work. Ugh, not the W word. No, we don't use that here. Unless we're finishing work for a vacation, then we can use the W word. But yeah, 80% off. Let's have a look. I mean, it looks like this would lend itself well to... A while ago I created a prototype of a 3D Gauntlet clone. Anybody remembers the old arcade game called Gauntlet? It was up to 4 players and had 4 separate sets of controls and was a humongous cabinet. Gauntlet was awesome. Yes, wizard needs food. Or as they say, sometimes work press. Yeah, I've never heard. I've heard WordPress, unless it's a play on that, but not WordPress. I loved playing Gauntlet. Yeah, I used to have a sound alert, a couple of sound alerts, my redemptions a while ago. I'm not sure if I can easily find video, but let's have a quick look. YouTube. Videos. I don't have that many videos. I mean, the videos lately are mostly VODs. We scroll back, should be able to hopefully find when it wasn't VODs. And oh, well, there's when I created the Whoop Asp game, the Jam. We're looking for, here we go, Dungeons Level 1 test run. Yeah, this was my 3D reimagining. It had the same characters or similar characters to what were in the 2D game. She grabbed the keys because you had to get keys in the original Gauntlet, and then the key appears on his belt, and then you have to watch out for the wee ghosties kind of all swarm after you like in the original game. And there's a big old boy. Yeah, so that was, what, 3 years ago. Not the best quality video. Well, you know, don't put yourself down, mate. Up to release on Steam in the future. I would like to get back to it. No, I think there have been some iterations of Gauntlet. I did buy a number of assets. I didn't spend a whole fortune, but I did buy some assets with the intention of using them in that game. So maybe I will get back to that. Had the 3 or 4 characters, right? Archer and Rogue and Wizard. Yes, exactly. Felt bad when I ran out of quarters while the wizard was saying, help me, when I died in the game. LOL. There were potions as well. Yes. Yeah. So it was a great game. It had some great sound effects and the speech, and it was all very, very cohesive. I liked how it was. But if we have Gauntlet, arcade, playthrough, 100 levels. What?
Treasure 100 points. Save potions for later use.
And Warrior, Valkyrie, Wizard.
Save keys to open doors.
Woo! Maybe I should Foley some of the sound effects.
Welcome, warrior wizard.
I mean, multiplayer was amazing when you had other people you ran around it with. Well, if anybody wants to watch the playthrough, there's the link in chat. Alright, so some great sound effects, back to some great music. And do we buy this? Are we going to buy this for $240? It's not a lot of money. 280 plus low poly dungeon assets and props. Ton of modular walls, stairs, floors, and even more props like chests, tables, chairs, and much more. So it's burp and erp, not haderp. All assets are included as both prefabs and FBX model files, so you can edit them. This is the ultimate pack. All of this stuff. This is for Unity version, specialty version of this asset pack made specifically for use in Unity. Neat folder structure, every model is included as a prefab, all materials set up correctly. 283 models, suitable for mobile too. Blah 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 blah, demo scene included. Hey, look, all of these, look, if you wanted to match styles, skeletons that you can use in your dungeon. Medieval hexagon pack, city builder. Yeah, there's a bunch in there. I don't know, I'm curious now whether there'll be any other assets in the sale before it ends on September the 18th. Let's have a look. We'll sort by price. And we'll put 96 on the page. Alright, so there's this one that we're looking at. This one I already own. Somehow, I don't know. That was in another sale. Alright, so no others, but I think we can actually... Restaurant bits. And if I can use restaurant bits for Game Jam, possibly. Let me copy the publisher URL and then go to my Game Jam's text file. And then possible assets. Okay, kit. Alright, so I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy the one that just launched in the sale. So if we go back, close that out, and then back to here. So cool back in the day. It was. I really enjoyed Gauntlet, one of my favourites. Okay, so we're going to do the thing. So I'm going to buy it. So Unity is going to try and dox me. So temporarily we will just we'll do a quick bit of blurriness there. And if I do buy now, click on the buy now button. All right, so we get a discount of $9.59. You don't get to see all my stuff that would dox me over here, which is nice. Yeah, I understand and agree to everything you want me to do, Unity. Quick check over the shoulder. Mrs. didn't watch here and buy all the assets. there was somebody in the kitchen. I get that, how that might have looked, but yeah, quick. Okay, nobody's looking. Let's buy it. Pay now. This might take up to a few minutes. Please do not reload your browser window. Okay, I will not. Just for reference, it's not in fact Mrs. Gamey in the kitchen. Okay, just want to point that out. And that wasn't why I bought it, because I wasn't being watched. Okay, so it's now purchased. A princely sum of $2.40 plus 20 cents tax and some unblurriness. There we go. You purchased this item on today. Good. So now if we look at Kay's assets, I'm building them up slowly. I now have 2 different assets from Kay. Let's check. And look, they just happen to be next to each other. The Dungeon Remastered Pack and the Restaurant Bits. Either one we could use quite nicely for a jam game. So, I quite like the look of this one as well. This one's $15 normally. It is in fact the Platformer Pack. Look how nice this looks. Yeah, a nice looking pack. Almost reminds me a bit. I'm sure that Kilted might remember the Mousetrap game. If you could do something similar to that. Where at the end the little cage thing goes and then drops onto the mouse at the end. Defo do, yeah. Happy times when people used to play board games, right? We need to reinstate that. We need to have like a board game night. Yeah, this is nice. I'd like to add this to my collection at some point. But if we go to... Hopefully Kay has their website listed. Okay, there it is. The website is their name, which kind of makes sense. Now if we go to Game Assets and 3D Assets. Is the platformer on this one here? Possibly. For this, you too can have speed this fast when you have your own gig fiber connection. Alright, so there. Oh, hello. Platformer, that's what we were looking for. I'm guessing it's probably quite a slow web host that Kay is using. Platformer pack. The good thing is that a lot of these packs, if not all of them, you can get like free samples, get a smaller subsection from, if you just wanted to try out some things and see if the style worked, or you know, you want to do some sandboxing, some prototyping if you will, you can get the free pack and test it, and if it works and you're like, yeah, you know what, I'm going to get the bigger pack now. That's a good way to do it. Yeah, so platform pack, bundle of game assets, 120 unique, 370 total models, including recolors. Very slow at loading images, isn't it? I don't know why. Don't think it's me. I think if we do a quick speed test. Yeah, I'm getting almost 200 megabits, so it's not a me issue. Download the pack here. Go to this page. Okay, so download, name your own price. And source tier is currently free for super supporters on Patreon. Okay. Here we go with the different versions. Free, the standard version. So you get 120 plus models in the free pack. I must go get me some iced coffee and get some shopping done. Always a pleasure. I'm so glad I got to see you all. Definitely can't wait for next time. Iced coffee freak, the pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here today. And yeah, we'll hopefully catch up soon. It was impossible to set up. I'm 4 minutes behind on that. What was impossible to set up, Kilted? Remind me. Refresh my graying brain cells. Brain cells grey? Anyway, the free pack is 120 plus models. Completely free to use. If you want to pay $9.99 more on the website, you get 40% more assets. So basically you get all of them. And then for $14.99 or more, you get the source files as well. Like I say, get the free pack. Any of Kay's free packs. Give them a try. And then if you like what you see, get in there and throw some money at Kay. Support the developer. So how does this price compare to the asset store? So the platformer is $15 on the asset store and $14.99 for the whole thing on the website. So save a penny and give... I don't know what itch takes as their cut. I'm guessing probably less than Unity. So Kay probably makes more if you get it from his website or from itch. Anyway, I have it on my game jam list as possible assets to use for the jam. And we now have restaurant bits and we now have dungeon remastered. Have a quick look at the restaurant bits. Remind me what was in that. I mean, it looks like everything you need for making a restaurant type game, like Diner Dash possibly, or Overcooked or kind of thing. 220 plus stylized, low poly, optimized 3D restaurant and food game assets. Here we go. Oh, the mousetrap game. Yeah, it was difficult to set up. Yeah, it's a bit like Domino Rally I used to have, where you have to set up all the strips of dominoes. That was fun. My timing was trash, so I'll wait until the ads are done. It started the second I sent that. Okay, we're back. Okay, all right. Thank you for supporting the channel and enduring the ads. I appreciate that. Iced coffee. And we'll see you next time. Have a great rest of the weekend. And I'll catch up with you soon, hopefully. Alrighty. We should probably wrap up at this point anyway. I think pretty much done what I set out to do today. Just as a reminder for the Unity asset devs, the new publisher sale is now on. Publisher of the week is Fantacode Studios. Okay. So if you want to see the publisher sale stuff, which is the asset developer has all his assets at half price and you get one for free, and that it's Goose gonna head out. Gotta bring Ice Coffee Freak to the coffee. It was great meeting you. Looking forward to watching again. Thank you. It's great having you here. Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate that. And also for following. So thank you. You should get a notification when I go live next, which if I'm on my usual schedule should be 9:30 a.m. Central Time on Monday. Yeah. So good to see you. Alright, I guess I'm going to go harass Bardaki. Alright, thanks Kilted. Good to see you. Thanks for letting us play your tunes. Yeah, we're going to raid out. I need to have a look. And see who we're going to raid out to today. Ding, ding, ding. Who should we raid out to? Let's have a look and see who we've raided recently so we don't overlap. Raid targets. Here we go. So the last raids, we raided out to Bardaki last stream, funnily enough. And we've done Jotson, Tamar, Red Kevin, Berlin, Anna, JD, Errand, Coding Out Loud. Let's have a look. Let me take a looky here and see which of our friendos are currently streaming we could possibly potentially raid out to today. Alright, so Bardaki we raided recently, Red Cabin we raided recently, AD we've raided recently. What about Irad? Have we raided Irad lately? Let's have a look. No, we have not raided Irad. In fact, we haven't raided Irad at all since my list that I maintain started. So it's a possible raid target for today. You're welcome for the tunes. As always, it's a wonder to me that other folk like them. I don't like them, as Simon Cowell says. I love them. We can wait so we can drop the raid message with you all. Thank you, I appreciate that. And of course, if you sit on the raid train for a couple of minutes, you get some extra channel points here. So you can do things like blow me off the screen next time. There is that. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and raid Irad today. Go ahead and just pull up their stream real quick. Alrighty, so it looks like they are doing some game dev stuff. Always nice to continue flying the game dev flag. So let's head on over to the stream ending scene. Here we go. No more my lovely face to see. Yeah, I don't actually think... No, we don't have the redemptions on here, Tatum. Yeah, and by the time I switch back, it had gone. But anyway, I'm going to guess like 54 days, possibly. Maybe. But yeah, I'll give you a freebie next time. We'll do that. All right. I tried. I'm sorry. I think it's about 54. Anyway, let me kick off this raid because there are people waiting to do their weekend stuffs. We're going to raid out to Irad Dev today. I'm actually going to have to raid and run too. So, all right, so there's Irad. Thanks everybody that swung by today. You have a great day too, Tatum. I don't know if you're getting any rain. We're getting some rain here today, so I don't think there's going to be many people fishing in this neck of the woods. But yeah, so you got your raid messages there. Let's see. There we go. There's the raid messages again. So the first message is for subscribers. Second message is for non-subscribers. Or you can just make it your own message, like Ice Coffee Freak. Anything works. All right, so I'll catch you all next time. My next stream, as it says there, is Monday, 9:30 a.m. Central Time, when we get back to working on Rescue Ball and doing some more Unity stuff. So I'll hopefully see you then. Alrighty. I'll use yours. It's cute. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I do like consistency, but I also like people thinking outside the box as well. So there's Irad. We're going to go over and see him. So I will catch you next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye.